It's time now for the Beer Gel 11 o'clock news and this late Monday night, November 9th, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. Late night, 11 o'clock news at 9 0. Top story at 11 o'clock in this Monday night here is at 11 o'clock is in Washington, where a federal appeals court said on Monday that President Obama cannot move forward with his plans to overhaul immigration rules by providing up to 5 million people with work permits and protection from deportation. Columbia, Missouri. Months of student and faculty protests over racial tensions and other issues for all but paralyzed the University of Missouri campus on Monday that culminated in an extraordinary coup for the demonstrators as the president of the university stepped aside amid protests along with the chancellor. The cash-rich group aided Jeb Bush's White House has filmed the video casted in his rival, Marco Rubio, is ultimately unelectable because of his hardline sentence against abortion. And to move away from the featuring in the signature kill whales at entertainment, SeaWorld said Monday that it is sending a theme park will end its theatrical orchestra shows next year, based in sense with themes more in tune with wildlife conservation. President Barack Obama will soon head the United Nations Global Warming Summit in the hopes of his presence will show how serious the U.S. is of the climate change. The Parliament of Catalonia has approved a resolution declaring the beginning of the region's secession from Spain, despite staunch opposition from the central government and uncertainty over the independence movement leadership. Amman, Jordanian officers shot dead. 2 U.S. government security contractors, a South African trader, and 2 Jordanians in the U.S. fighted a police training facility near Amman on Monday before being killed. In a shootout, Jordan and Florida said, Yangon, Myanmar. Many people in the streets of Yangon were sitting on sidewalks and rickshaws around Fort Purchase reading more than newspapers flashed with Aung San Suu. Australian police were trying to restore order on Tuesday at a remote detention center for asylum seekers in the Indian Ocean after detainees staged a protest in the lit a series of small fires at the compound. London, Prime Minister David Cameron warned that the Britain will question its commitment to the European Union and demands for the change to the UK. Hyattville, Maryland. The pastor of a church whose van wasn't involved in a fire crash outside Washington says the 3 passengers were identified. A South Carolina college was placed on lockdown on Monday night after the possible fatal shooting on the campus according to the schools and the local media. The magazine also faces lawsuits from a university administrator who alleges that she was defamed from 3 University of Virginia graduates talking about a discredited article about an alleged gang rape in their fraternity. A small plane crashed Monday morning as it left the Colorado Springs airport, killing 2 people. On board, Colorado Springs Fire Chief Chris Riley told reporters. Tokyo, Asian shares slipped to a 1-month low Tuesday as expected that higher borrowing costs in the United States and slow global economic growth prompted investors to trim their exposure to the riskier assets. The billion investor William A. Ackman, whose firm was among the worst performing hedge funds of this year, used an investor conference call on Monday to take a swipe at the media and those who Wall Street were city relish betting against him. People's Gas should be probed to deceive and help increase its $5.7 million merger by deliberately hiding from state regulators. Sales are widely over budget program to replace aging pipelines on Chicago Street. Illinois Attorney General Lisa Madigan said. Seconee Financial, a consumer finance company spun off from General Electric Company, will place General Financial Incorporated in the Standard & Poor's 500 index after shares of the insurer were almost cut in half this year. Scientists have discovered what appear to be ice-cooled volcanoes on the surface of the planet, out of Pluto, raising the question about how tiny this world would have been so geologically active, according to research presented on Monday. Thousands of years ago in what is today East Timor, humans shared the forest with rats at the size of small dogs. Geneva, greenhouse gas levels in the atmosphere reached a record high in 2014 and relentless fueling the climate changes endangering the planet for future generations, the World Meteorological Organization said on Monday. A huge national study published Monday that will reshape how doctors manage a disease that affects millions of Americans as aggressive blood pressure treatment validated in high-risk patients. Chicago, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration sent a letter to privately held gene testing company DNA for Life over the company's sale of the non-approved direct-to-consumer gene test to predict drug responses. Seattle, Chipotle Mexican Grill could reopen locations in Washington State and Oregon as soon as Wednesday after batch of tests found no E. coli. Bacteria food samples, health officials said on Monday, and heart disease-related deaths among Americans with rheumatoid arthritis are on the decline, according to a new study. In Amherst, Massachusetts, most likely accident on 186 College Street and most likely reverse car. Most likely standing on the roadway. Word being closed by Amherst Police Department. Amherst EMS was requested as roadway is reopened and operated transported by AFD to Cooley-Dixon Hospital. And Springfield, Massachusetts detectives search for the two armed men who robbed a Pine Point convenience store Monday night as they stole cash and cigarettes. Pierre Children is on the level 5 in this late Monday night. 10 after a travel report in this late Monday night. And it shows smooth sailing on ways and byways in New England here, except for some few slow spots here. San Francisco special and San Francisco left in the Mass Pike all the way down to Dorchester here. 290 in the eastbound side, it is sold from 146 in Worcester all the way out to Route 190 in Worcester here. But otherwise, a smooth sailing coming on this late Monday night on highways and byways in New England here, and I-84 on the eastbound side of Connecticut here. A little so from Wilton all the way at the Union, Connecticut here. And now, a look at what is going on to the T. Things are looking good here on the subway. It's looking good, and on the conveyor rail, looking good. Here, channel news on 11:06 on this late Monday night here. 10 alpha. Weather report here. Right now, 34 degrees. Temperature with clear skies. Humidity 92%. Wind speed is calm and dew point about 32 degrees and a visibility of 10 miles an hour here. Okay, take a look at other temperatures around the region here. 49 degrees in Boston, 36 in Bedford and Fitchburg, 47 degrees in Burley, 49 in Gloucester, 40 in Lawrence, 43 in Worcester and Milford, 37 in Sturbridge, 43, 33 in Norwood, 34 in Taunton, 38 in New Bedford, 37 in Plymouth, 51 in Robstown, 43 in Falmouth, 50 in Chatham and Nantucket, 41 in Smithfield, 42 in Wesley, 52 in Blockon, it's 46 degrees in Montauk, 50 in Islip, 53 in New York City, 50 in Bridgeport, 50 in New Haven, it's 40 in Denbury, 43 in Waterbury and Meriden, Connecticut, it's 41 in Northford, 36 in Springfield, it's 39 in Greenfield, 32 in Nashville, and in North Andover, Massachusetts, 33 in Pittsfield, Mass, 38 in Albany, New York, 37 in Silver Springs, it's 39 degrees out in Brentwood, Vermont, 34 in Bennington, 33 in Vermont, 34 in Keene, New Hampshire, 29 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, it's 36 in Jeffrey and Manchester, New Hampshire, 35 degrees in Concord, New Hampshire, 37 degrees in Laconia, and Nashville, New Hampshire, 47 degrees in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and 42 degrees up in Port Maine here. Okay, take a look at a surf map. It shows a photograph from the Oregon coast stretching the Mainland and down northern central portion of California stretching out to sea here. And we got another photograph from west central South Dakota stretching western Nebraska and the name for the western Kansas and then for eastern Colorado and New Mexico here with a low pressure down for southeastern Colorado here. And a cold front from the Pacific coast stretching down for southern California and up into Nevada, merging the state front from Idaho down for Montana and merging the warm front from west central North Dakota stretching in southern Manitoba down. There was a front from northern Ontario, merging with cold front from east central Ontario, stretching up in the northern Quebec here. Cold front from the northwestern, from the tip of Mexico, stretching, merged with the state front off the Alabama Gulf Coast, merged with the state front from northern Florida, stretching, merging with the warm front off the Carolinas, and merging with the state front off the North Carolina coast here. Got some low pressure and off the Gulf Coast, off the southern South Carolina, northwestern South Dakota, southeastern Montana, and southwestern portions of Idaho, southern Nevada, North Central California, and off the Oregon coast here. 43 degrees on temperature around Detroit, 56 degrees in Pittsburgh, 50 in Washington, D.C., 52 degrees in Atlanta, 79 in Miami, 73 in Brownsville, Texas, 56 degrees in Dallas, Texas, it's 46 in Kansas City, 48 in Omaha, Nebraska, 45 degrees in Chicago, 50 degrees in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 30 degrees Falls, Montana, 47 in Seattle, 55 in San Francisco, 62 degrees in Los Angeles, 38 degrees in Salt Lake City, 37 in Denver, Colorado, 61 in Las Vegas, 78 in Phoenix, and 51 degrees in Albuquerque, New Mexico here. Okay, let's take a look at the radar situation around the country here. Nothing brewing in the New England area, even as we speak. But take a look at the country here. It shows a lot of rain showers from southern Michigan, stretching in Indiana for Ohio, and then stretching down the Appalachians down for the United States and stretching down for Georgia, and a lot of heavy showers and thunderstorms off the Carolina coast and stretching up to eastern Virginia and then up to northeastern Maryland and the northern Delaware here. And We're seeing some spotty rain showers up and down the California coast and some spotty rain showers in the north central California from Sacramento down to Merced. Some spotty sleet and snow showers from Sierra to California, stretching in Reno, Nevada and Central Nevada, and some spotty rain showers in west central portions of Utah with some spotty snow showers from northeastern Utah, stretching up the Yellowstone Valley, and a line of snow showers from west central Manitoba, stretching in southwestern Saskatchewan, and southern Alberta, and up in northwestern Montana, up to Idaho, and down for northeastern portions of Oregon, some spotty rain showers in the north central portions of Oregon air, and some spotty rain showers in the southeastern portions of Alaska air. Okay, take a look at that satellite loop here, and it shows a lot of clouds from the southern New England and down through Florida air. And this is Kate off the Florida coast here. While some spotty clouds from northwestern Kansas and stretching it up to the Dakotas and western Minnesota, and merging with a cold front with a satellite loop from some clouds from Ontario, stretching it all the way down to southern Alberta, and merging with some clouds from southern Washington and northeastern Oregon here, and a lot of clouds from northern and central portions of California to the Nevada and up to Utah, up to the Yellowstone Valley here, and a lot of clouds from western Texas and stretching in north central Mexico, stretching up to the Baja and up to the Pacific here. Okay, the latest on Tropical Storm Kate. Now from ruining the Eastern Pacific, but the latest on Kate. It is now a tropical storm with 6-mile-per-hour winds, several locations 27.2 to the north, 76.0 to the west, and match the same wind, 6 miles per movement, north at 16 miles an hour air. Okay, look at that latest public advisory, 11 o'clock advisory on Kate. Straight as it moves away from the Bahamas, as our north coast watch to the morning effect at 10 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the center of location of tropical storm. Kate was located to latitude 27.2 to the north, longitude 76.0 to the west, and Kate is moving toward the north near 60 miles an hour, and turning toward the northwest with an increase of the forward speed is expected on Tuesday, and the forecast track Kate would be expected to remain well offshore of the east coast of the United States. Here, as back to the same winds have increased to near 60 miles an hour, with our forecast and some initial rain minutes forecast tonight and Tuesday, followed by a little changes to on Wednesday. Tops from force winds extend are up to 80 miles an hour. Primarily the east of the center and sustained minimum central pressures 1,005 millibars, 368 inches here, and surf swells carried by Kate are affected in the eastward facing beaches and in the north western Bahamas, as well as the likelihood to cause life threatening and surf and rip current conditions. Please consult products from your local weather service here. Okay, let's take a look. Forecast discussion here. High pressure moves offshore. And this is high pressure. And it's going to move offshore tonight. Yes. We're going to see a coastal storm will bring rain and gusty winds late Tuesday and on Wednesday as periods of wet weather and seasonal conditions. Our forecast for the remainder of the week, along with breezy conditions as a series of frontal boundaries slide across the region, could see warmer and drier conditions in the next week. Near terminal 6 a.m. Tuesday morning, 6:30 p.m. update. No major change to this forecast. A weak surface high pressure will move offshore tonight as coastal low begins to take shape across Mid-Atlantic. South winds will become light and variable overnight. Clouds will see to be slow from the move from the south, so we'll see good radiation cooling start. As however, clouds will be moving northward for the second half of the night. Limited radiation cooling this week to be takes place. Alright? Take a look at some weather notes here. As the main area of low pressure is going to go out to sea. As this is going to go out to sea. But the first rain will fall around evening time in the south coast tomorrow evening here. As wind advisory 1 a.m. to 4 p.m. Wind advisory 1 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Wednesday, as gusts going to see up to 50 miles an hour on the Massachusetts coast. Here, I'm expecting overnight low 31 to 43 degrees inland and 46 to 52 to the coast. I'm expecting tomorrow's high 52 to 58 degrees. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. First, weather outlook. How's this weather outlook here? Because day 1 tonight has weather not expected at the time. Day 2 for 7, Tuesday for Sunday. Wind velocities may be expected for the east coast and the interior, northeast and the southeastern portions of Massachusetts, as well as we're down in this period of strong northeast winds are expected of moderate comments at this time. Here. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. Tonight, increased cloud about 39 degrees, light southwest wind. Tuesday, rain like me up to 1 p.m. Most clouds got about 57 degrees and calm will become a northeast wind 5 to 8 miles an hour. Precipitation is 7% in the afternoon with a new precipitation amount and quarter evidence possible. Tuesday, rain like me on 45 degrees and northeast at about 13 to 18 miles per size, 31 miles an hour. Precipitation 9% new precipitation amount and half to 3/4 inch possible. Wednesday and Wednesday, rain like me before 9 a.m. Then a touch of showers mainly between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Clouds skies about 31 degrees and breezy with the north. Wind about 11 to 20 miles of gust size, 33 miles an hour. Precipitation is 6%. New precipitation about 3 and 10/4 inch possible. Wednesday, most clouds skies about 35 degrees and north about 5 to 9 miles an hour. Gust size 21 miles an hour. Tuesday, touch of showers mainly up to 9 a.m. Most clouds skies about 54 degrees and precipitation 50%. Thursday, at touch of showers before 11 p.m. Most clouds skies about 44 degrees and precipitation 4%. Friday, both sides got about 58 to about 36 degrees. Saturday, both sides podcast got about 51 to about 33 degrees. And for Sunday, both sides podcast got about 52 to about 34 degrees. And for Monday, both sides got about 56 degrees. Here's what a phrase of the night. A cloudy Tuesday followed by a little wet Wednesday morning here. Here, channel news time. 11:16 here, 10 out for a spot report here. And looking at the scoreboard here, 1 scored in NHL. With 12-11 in the second period, and I'm Ducks leading Arizona Coyotes 2-1 here. In NFL action here, San Diego Chargers are leading the Chicago Bears 19-14 with 7:20 left in the fourth quarter here. NBA scores with 8:30 left in the second quarter. Golden State 31, Detroit 23. 10:50 left in the second quarter. It's Los Angeles Clippers 27 and Memphis Grizzlies 26. In the second quarter, San Antonio Spurs leading the Sacramento Kings 49-43. Denver Nuggets are leading the Portland Trail Blazers with 197 with 2:02 left in the fourth quarter. Indiana Pacers defeat the Orlando Magic 97-84. Chicago Bulls over the Philadelphia 76ers 111-88. And Minnesota Timberwolves with the Atlanta Hawks 117-107 here. Take a look at some sports news here. One of the best stories in the 2015 NFL season came with a premature end in New England on Sunday when Deion Lewis went down to a torn ACL. If Kobe Bryant decides to retire at the conclusion of the 2015-16 season, he apparently wants to end his professional basketball career with a gold medal. Matt Flynn signed with the New Orleans Saints. As NFL media insider Ian Rappaport reports that the Saints have signed veteran pastor Matt Flynn according to the source close to the players. Toronto is unlikely that as coach in the NHL history that coached more than Hall of Famers in the legendary Scotty Bowman. As his next age would say 3. Walter Canadians have a record 11 players on the Hall of Fame now. 2001-2 Stanley Cup team has 9 members. Seattle Mariners icon Ken Griffey Jr. headlines a 37-player ballot for the Hall of Fame released on Monday, and let's face it, this should be a slam dunk, right? In Orchard Park, New York, Benby West believed deprivation maybe was the excitement of trend that the team earned in the New York Metropolitan region to face the former team for the first time. Geneva, members of the Russian Secret Service and imitated workers at a drug test lab to cover up top athletes' positive results. Jackson, Mississippi, Peter Malatti finished his final round with a 1-stroke lead. He then went to the clubhouse where he watched the rest of the tournament on TV, talked to his wife, and even did a few push-ups to the say-loos. Los Angeles. Besides hiring a new manager, Los Angeles Dodgers are focused on buckling up rotation and bullpen this offseason. Denver Broncos quarterback Aki Talib's infant decided Brooklyn on Sunday against the Colts will result in a 1-game suspension. The St. Louis Rams signed sure-handed Wes Welker from the Denver Broncos. Welker returned Florida. The Boston Red Sox beat with veteran handling rumors on Sunday night to confirm his willingness to play the first base next season and reiterate the team's decided that he lose weight in off-season. President of the baseball operations, David Dombrowski, said. Fiji is a perennial power in women's college soccer. Harvard as a newcomer on the national scene on Friday. Programs with vastly different histories will meet in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Matt Barnes is happy with the weight. New York Knicks coach Derek Fisher handled the aftermath of allocation of Los Angeles last month. If non-Saints coach Sean Payton is thinking about it, making a personal coach change in the weight 30 for 28 loss to the Tennessee Titans in overtime, he's not revealing it yet. Russell Knott's got in the HSBC Championships and ultimately proved he belonged by winning the World Golf Championship commander score of 20 under par. Former New York Mets shortstop was arrested at a restaurant on domestic violence in Maui, alleging to Hawaii News Now, as the reports say that Gray's, a four-time All-Star, was arrested on Halloween for allegedly assaulting his wife in a hotel room. Patrick Vieira is set to take reins at New York City Football Club in 2016 tryouts with improving the first MLS star laden expansion franchise at the fire in 2009 MLS Cup winner Jason Kreis after one underwhelming season. New York Mets general manager Stanley Robinson won't be at this week's GM meetings in Boca Raton, Florida, because he's undergoing medical procedure. Assistant general manager John Rickles said that is going to be it for the Period Channel 11 o'clock news, and it's Monday night, November 9th, 2015 Period Air. Good night, with a goodbye to the studio tomorrow morning with more report. Good night.